University settlement. Let's give it up for my colleague Emma up in the booth. Before we start, who's been to the University settlement before? Okay, just a few people. So if you are new to the settlement, let's all welcome you right now. Where you are, this is a social service organization. We have early childhood to senior centers. We have an adult literacy program, which you'll hear more about in a moment. We have mental health support, housing advocacy, eviction prevention, community centers. This building has been here since the late 1800s, supporting this community. So that's longevity. We've expanded into downtown Brooklyn. We're in 30 different buildings across the city. And I'm the artistic director of the Performance Project, which brings performing arts into all those different communities. And one of our key programs is our Artist in Residence program. And there's an artist here tonight we are so proud of. Let's give it up for Ming in the house. What makes this program unique and special is, a lot of artist in residency programs are really about artists coming in and shaping their own vision, which is beautiful, and we love that. But here, it's really about bringing artists together to be in collaboration and in conversation with the various communities that we support, and for the art to be birthed from that interaction. So Ming has been working with 2 of our communities. He did tango dancing with our seniors at the senior center, hung out with our seniors, got to hear their experiences, their stories, and also worked with adult literacy, both visiting their classes. These are all recent immigrants who've been in the country about a year or 2, who come here for free English language classes and get to support. Because we know when you come to a new place, a new city, it's a big journey, right? And so we feel that an important way to support those folks is to give them connections to artists so that they can tell their stories and feel reflected and affirmed in their experiences. So I want to say thank you for the generosity and commitment you've shown. One more time. That's really all I need to say. We have a wonderful show. Let's give it up for Payanam, alMuhajir.
My name is Olga. I've been here for 5 months. I moved to the US with my husband, and I have also an elder sister. She lives in Dubai, and there are some relatives left in Russia, and that's basically it. I'm from Moscow, Russia, so Moscow is a totally different city from New York City. I'd say I lived in Moscow for all of my life until I moved here. And I can say that I love the city because it's my hometown, and I know it very well. It's different in many ways. First of all, I think that New York City is very diverse, so there are a lot of people from different countries. There are a lot of cultures mixed there. In Moscow, it is the case, but not so much. Definitely the prices in Russia, everything is way cheaper than in the US. Well, of course, the salaries are higher there, but still you can feel the difference in the quality of life you can have there and back in Moscow. And also, I think that for me, the difference is in that I knew Moscow very well, and for me, it's a very important thing to know the city where I live. I was a project manager. So I was leading 2 pretty large projects on education and computer science. I had a very big team of people working with me, and I was working there for 8 years actually, so I was very involved. And one of the things that changed a lot when I moved here was that I needed to quit my job in Moscow because it was not possible to work remotely, and it changed my life very much because when I came here, at first I didn't have work authorization. So I needed to kind of reinvent myself. Like, I don't know, I was trying to study more, so I went to the English courses, to some yoga classes and everything, but it was hard on me for the first months. But then I managed to get this authorization. I started to work part-time remotely for Russia, and also now I have a little, very small projects here, local projects. Yeah, I cannot tell whether I would like to stay here or not, because it's depends on the job mostly, and will we be able to get our visas and everything. Talking about what I miss about Moscow, it might be the food, because you know, the food in the US it's very diverse as well, and you have a lot of options, but still there are some things that you cannot buy there. New York is great, but the transportation system is awful. Well, comparing to Moscow, it's really awful, because Moscow, well, it might not be obvious, but it's a very modern city. And it has, well, you know, we have Wi-Fi in the subway, it's free and it's everywhere. So here you can have it only, the connection is only at stations, but then you can have it in any couch and everything. And the subway is clean and nice and everything, yeah. So that's something that I miss. And also, I used taxi a lot when I was in Moscow, because it's cheaper and the traffic's not that bad as it is in here. So yeah, sometimes I missed, you know, being this kind of girl who just like finished her job, called for a taxi, went home, ordered some food from restaurant. So my way of life here changed a lot because of the prices, because of the situation that I was not working for some time. I think I have a couple of advice. The first one might be that it's a good idea to be flexible and open-minded, because you cannot be prepared for anything that happens to you. And a good thing is not to wait for something specific, just not to think that it will be like this or like that, because you'll never know how will it be. Even if you are grown up studying English by American movies, American series, knowing French series a lot, it will help you to adapt, but it will not be the same until you feel it your way. And the second advice might be about English language. I do not feel confident speaking English because I do not have a lot of experience yet, and I didn't work in English and everything. It's okay to ask people to say it again, and it's okay to get some time before answering to to understand what you are going to say, to make things clear for you. So the key idea is not to be afraid of trying, because people are always very helpful, and when you try to speak to them, and when you're not afraid of meeting new people, it pays off. It definitely pays off.
Hello, my name is Vadim Yermak. I lived in New York, in USA, almost 1 year. I have a mother, her name is Tatiana, and I have a younger sister, her name is Margarita. She lived in New York for 8 years. So when I decided to move to another country, I knew that my sister is waiting for me here.
Gotcha. And is your mom also here?
Yeah, my mother also here. We came together in July 2022. I have the master degree in law, so I finished law academy in my country, and after that I received a master degree in economics.
Okay.
So I have 2 degrees.
Congratulations.
Yes. I hope it will help me in USA. I lived in Ukraine for 34 years from my born. I live in Kharkiv, the second biggest city in Ukraine. I lived there, I studied there in university, and also I worked there. but in one day, it was February 24 of 2022, my life completely changed because it started the war between Ukraine and Russia, and my city is situated on the border with Russia. I woke up at 5 a.m. in the morning and realized that the war has started, and it's like 50 kilometers from the border of Russia. I take one bag of some clothes, I called my mom, we take our dog and sit in the car and start moving forward. Nobody knows where we are going, just we are going to the west of the country because the Russia is from the east, so we are going to the west where it's more safe. And I was right because after the week of the war, one bomb of Russia missile in my house, and it was completely destroyed. So I can say that I saved my life by my decision to move from my home. Right now I'm learning English. I am improving my English skills because I am going to live there, I am going to work there. I had some level of my English, but I decided to teach it in University of Settlement. It's like 8 months of the course. And right now I start to learn in online IT course. So I probably want to be some IT developer or something like that. I want to change my profession here because it was like previous life, it's new life. In my new life, I decided that I want sit at home, side at the keyboard, and earn a lot of money. But we will see what will happen.
Sounds perfect.
Sounds perfect. Yeah, it's an American dream. You know, when people go to America, they think that it's some American dream. But we will see.
For sure.
Yes. Is it real or no? The most interesting thing that when you lose something, you realize that you loved it more than before you lose it. It's your own city. It's like your, I can't say anything. It's a good city. That's one word. And when I lost it, and came to another city, and you start comparing what is good, what is bad, you realize that it was not good. It was very good city. No, first of all, you should take money with you as much as you can, because it's too expensive. Even you live not in Manhattan, in Brooklyn or Queens. That's the first thing. The second thing, of course, if you want to live and work there with comfort, you should know English. It's better maybe to start learning English online or in your own country, and then continue to do this here inside.
Because I am in the house, I am do not come out. I is shy to speak to the people here. I will not talk so much about myself because of my identity problems, and I will in the shelter don't want to come out, and then I think that will be silly, and then it's not good to me. Yeah, I think if people come to the new place, whatever London, or American or New York, maybe they should open their mind to talk to more people. Yeah, I think they're very good because a very kind person would like to help us. Yeah.
This is the titular Muhajir. He has gone by many different names, in many different times, in many different lives. Each life he lived, he had memories, family, hardships, desires, joy, and a journey. Sometimes in his life, things would come to him a little slow, as if the new seed of life he was living hit a tough surface, a rock that prevented the roots from settling in, or maybe another seed took up that space. The late blossom is an idea Muhajir is very familiar with. It can become hard to nurture and keep the soil watered for all the seeds to grow. So instead, Muhajir often chooses to focus on the journey. Payanam, the embodiment of travel, transformation, movement. Muhajir's greatest treasure, greatest everything. Looking at Payanam, he couldn't help but think about his own parents and what they felt when he was born. He always wondered what it was like raising him and what his family felt when he moved away.
Muhajir, when you came into this world, your eyes looked around with wonder. Your hands always reaching, trying to take it all in. You were so interested in everything. Curious, intrigued, and hungry for more. Your happiness was our priority. But we couldn't provide that for you here, not where you already grasped everything. Your eyes always looked far and wide for more. When you were young, I would sing this song to you. You're halfway across the globe now, but I hope you remember it. Son, you are my world, all should behold, all that is you. Go make us proud, go and be loud, find the path for you. We'll be right here, cheering you on, waiting to hear your song. Sailing on, keep carrying on, I'll see you soon.
And that's all he could remember. There was more to the song. There's always more. But just as a new seed can struggle to sprout, the roots of the old can fade away. The song, however far, remained with Muhajir, its melody a comfort in the most difficult times.
No, I think you covered it all.
And that is Payanam today.
Now, just a reminder, we have a deadline for final submissions this Monday, so any reviews, reports, notes, get it all in for them, okay? I've been lenient so far, but we really need to get these in, or else we're going to fall behind. With that, thanks for the meeting. Bye.
As a family, they aren't really close, which wasn't always the case. Muhajir tried to take care of Payanam, but wasn't equipped to take care of him. His parental skills haven't exactly bloomed. Payanam loves Muhajir, though, very much, but the distance makes it hard to act on that love. She always wanted more time with him, learn more about him, and in doing so, herself.
Past time.
distance that I felt. I feel far instead of a tongue you won. I am gone. I am just a scar.
And that's pretty much what their love looked like. Wrapped in a blanket of nostalgia and folklore.
Ironic. Both of them longing to speak to each other.
He tried his best. He wanted to master the language his child was growing up and forming her thoughts in. But when Payanam was young, Muhajir was busy trying to learn English, hoping that if successful, they wouldn't have to coexist in silence.
Seems like you passed this need for communication down to Payanam.
Oh, absolutely.
He signed up for a course practicing grammar, tenses, vocabulary, so they could talk, while his own language took a back seat. He wanted to listen to what happened at school, what her likes and dislikes are, what she wanted to do on vacation. After all, how can you spend time together without speaking to each other?
Welcome, class, and thank you for joining us. Please, take your seats, please. How was the assigned reading? Did you do all right?
Yes.
Muhajir did not do the reading, he was too tired.
Okay, great. And who can tell me what the assigned reading was about?
I don't know.
Please.
The text talked about the monarch butterfly and its migration to the south.
That is correct. And what time of year does the monarch travel south?
In the winter.
Oh, how we hate tryhards, don't we?
Well, that's rude.
Oh, excuse me. Well, you can hear me right now.
Obviously, he's not the only one with confusing voices in his head.
Everybody in the class.
My apologies.
At least when I'm in this body, my inner voices are more supportive and I try my best.
Yes, we can all see that.
Well, you have a better idea? What else am I supposed to do? Just be quiet and believe no one will understand me?
No, I'm not saying
I don't know, it kind of does.
Just stay quiet all my life and hope someone calls my name and needs me? At least this way I get to show I'm not some dumb foreigner and instead know a lot of things. You know, back home I got 2 degrees before moving. 2 graduate degrees.
Winter season is correct. Very well done. How? Yes. I'm glad to see that you are taking time outside of class. Remember, guys, learning is all about repetition, repetition, repetition.
I don't know, it doesn't seem like it always works.
Stop saying I don't know.
How long have you been in this class already?
Yeah, second question. With those 2 graduate degrees of yours, how are you going to get hired if companies can't read your name?
Right, and let's just say when you do succeed or do something, how are we going to know if no one says your name?
My biggest nightmare is the pronunciation of people's names.
Kamala, I don't know.
Pingberry. Sorry, what was that listing?
Zubignew Ribski Sky, something.
Fine. You do have a point. If only I had a nice, easy name to say, like a Hollywood star or a famous model. Wait a minute, I totally can. Well,
Oh, I'm sorry.
Audrey or Ava, now those are the names of women remembered, worthy of praise, or maybe a month's name like June or May, when daisies are blooming. Wait, daisy! I like it! A flower like rose or a lily so pretty, welcoming kind, familiar, the same. If I pick a name just like that, maybe then everyone will want to be my friend. Marty, Holly, and Willow, or Heather. But wait, no one takes flowers seriously. I want to be taken seriously. Audrey or Eva, such beautiful names. Rebecca or Vivian, Cabrera, Campaign, Janet and Jessica, quick to the point. Jill, Julia, Julie, that's it, Julie. But let me Julie, the beautiful star that plays guitar, and yet it's fun and it's proper and tame and free. A name that would fit like exactly me. Julie, dance. My parents lost me in the rain and almost named me Kathy. My grandma said you pulled insane, so I got a name that's not Kathy. But I will make sure that when I have a baby, I'll give it a name that my neighbors can say. So when they go to the doctor, they'll hear,
Johnny, this way, please.
or,
Got a latte for Keanu.
or,
Sylvie approved for a bank loan.
so anywhere they go, they'll be the same, and nothing will get in their way. Okay? Audrey or Ava, those still sound so good. Julie's kind of basic, I still like it too. What should I choose? I need to be
happened. I can't explain how. It happened once before, just a little. It's happening now.
The thoughts I always had, but in another time. The
Feelings that I know,
but couldn't say or show.
my child, I'm happy to see you. I miss you. I'm proud of you.
I hope I'm not saying things wrong.
It's alright, I've waited too long. Wow, I can think like you. Oh, I can listen to you. I love you. I love you. I love you.
Last night I woke up from a dream that's only been a dream so far. But I don't want to dream anymore. Only live and see who you are.
Wow, I can think like you. Wow, I can listen to you. I love you. I love you. I love you.
Payanam.
Ah! The beauty of expression. I remember my first second I love you.
Me too. It was such a funny experience. I had already known the feeling, the emotion, and the word, and yet I got to learn it all again and make that choice as a mature person to say it for the first time.
I could not be happier for him. The possibilities of a new language. You could do anything, any job.
But there's a difference in understanding feelings over an entire dictionary. Or a social lexicon, how to respond to questions, formulate full sentences. Especially when your brain is used to operating at high frequencies. To have to slow down and learn a word, it gets furious. And that feeling of not knowing enough, it lingers no matter how hard you try. Any pause or lack of knowledge can be devastating, silencing. We live in a world ruled and dictated through words, so what can you do if you don't have them? Excuse me, if I could redirect your attention over here to matters more crucial than what I believe lay at the root of your question. I realize we are straying a little off from the assigned reading, which was the butterfly migration. But because the class is interested and impacted by the subject, no worry.
I come prepared. Okay, let us take a small interval break from sentence structure, identifying nouns and so on, and look at this! There it is! Immigration 101. Welcome, dear students. Now, to keep this class somewhat linguistically inducing, let's look at the word immigration and where it comes from. Yes, you.
From Latin, immigrans, present active participle,
of immigrare, to migrate into, from in, into, to migrare, to migrate. Migrate, which is where it comes from, which we just talked about in our reading. Migration is an ancient traditional practice that all living organisms partake in, and the monarch is just a simple example of that. But where does the human distinction of immigration come in? That's a great question. So, one explanation can be this guy. Noah Webster. Webster was an American lexicographer, textbook pioneer, English language spelling reformer, and his blueback spellers helped over 5 generations of Americans learn to read and write. His name has become synonymous with the word dictionary.
That's right. Oh, I remember that Webster. Wow. No wonder that name sounds so familiar. So, is he the guy that made the American distinction in spelling of words like center, or color, or theater? Oh, donut? Pardon me. My linguistic freak is showing.
Anyway, Webster coined the additional "im" before migrant to recontextualize and Americanize the meaning of the word migration through space, time, and purpose as primary characteristics of the word. To remove into a country for the purpose of permanent residence.
This redefined word introduced a new rhetoric otherwise absent from history and time. Now defined by political borders, it assumed an additional notion of incoming peoples being seen as foreign settlers who could potentially displace local populations, creating an us versus them opposition amongst Americans who now align the word immigrants more closely with the word invader. Quite ironic for Webster to define this distinction while being a direct descendant of Plymouth colonizers and the Mayflower, isn't it? A troubled mind of a fresh young immigrant. We're taught to find because the thought's too definitive. Infinite options, too many he tries to hide. He's taught to figure out how to say what he thinks inside. Hi!
Hi.
Hello!
Hello.
He loses control. His mind feels like hell, yet he gathers all the courage and strength he's got. Cause it's time to speak up, and here's what he's got.
Hi, now let me take over. You make it sound dumb. I'm a
genius.
How do you see the stupid mind that wraps the third person? It reflects layers of intelligence. We wear some cashing checks, making money internationally flow like on multicolored linguistically.
You sure about that? Cause we're not looking too hot.
So maybe I embellished.
More like a lot.
Whatever. You know what I mean. I might not be a master of an idiom for and me, but best believe the sentences I weave in my true tongue would make you.
Oh shit, you're forgetting your own language now.
Nah, that's not it. I'm simply getting finished. I'm stylish, I'm lavish, cherishing my brilliance. You're trying to make us power, well, I'm trying to make us millions.
You know, sometimes I wanna.
I'm trying to tell them my voice will be seldom cold. Galaxy grand galore. If they heard my shit, their jaw would drop to the floor.
Hey!
I'm stuck in my senses. I keep getting stuck in the senseless. I'm trying to rehearse new verses, cause when I speak, I only speak cursive. Is this vengeance on my mistakes and foolery? Thinking I knew the tone. When you're using me, schooling me, losing my name. No, this not the same, y'all. If you could listen to reason, you know. If you watch philosopher, wasn't a home. I'm folded off, control, not afraid to fall. Indigenous syntax mess my flow. I'm prolific, proficient, words never sufficient. Demonized.
See what I say, it would like to me, Yashiga, aside my
Tell me how to say that word, I don't know it. Tell me how to say that slur, I don't know it. Tell me how to say myself, I don't know it. Tell me how an immigrant is to control it.
I get stuck in a sentence. My brain goes just in the tenses. I'm trying to jump over false fences. Let the jury decide my defenses. That's my sentence over physical fallacy. Temporary permanence, part of my residence, promise, land of deceit, and heresy. Point and blame your own sin at the enemy. Lexicon, courage, thought, facility, auditory, bigotry, activity. Calculating as I'm percolating and articulating the most fascinating thought to terminating. Going to be integrating and assimilating. I'm validating and accommodating the shit you're operating. Well, you're just aggravating. But that's what you're legislating. Tell me how to say that word, I don't know it. Tell me how to say that slur, I don't
my own, I'm complacent. Surgery filled, I'm ungracious. I'm facing my own limitations.
And learning your ways, I forget what was. Stretching the days of now, passing down your cause.
Mourning the culture loss. I'm fighting for what? I still obey private laws.
We didn't know the cost.
None of my kin erased the case of memories lost in
In
my
my
name
land
and
divorce,
voice.
my child's position replaced, displaced. You know what I face?
Tell me to say that word, I don't know it. Tell me to say that word, I don't know it. Tell me to be a self and get show. Tell me to be love and that's all. Tell me so family it's all gone.
Tell them the way they really belong.
Tell me to split between the two.
Tell them that we're getting off of truth. Tell them we home before their tongue.
Tell them it's okay, there's nothing wrong. Tell them that it's all a melting pot.
Tell them they're enough, but really not.
Tell them.
So now what?
What do you mean?
Do we just give up?
No. You know that's not an option. We keep moving.
But where?
To better days, stressful days, or better.
Stressful? Why stressful?
The day every immigrant waits for.
Mr. Muhajir, this way, please.
The day you study and prepare for, memorize anything and everything you can, your name, your address, history of place, history of entry, residence, anything to prove that you belong.
Place your right arm on your chest. You're going to be placed under oath. Do you promise to tell the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do. I promise.
All of the above order.
Okay.
You can have a seat. So, I see here that you've been living in the United States for almost 20 years now.
Yes.
Oh, and you have a child.
Yes.
What's their name?
Payanam.
Are they a citizen?
Yes, born here.
I see. What about their mother, your wife?
She is not now alive.
All right. Well, I don't see any reason to ask any more questions. You've waited patiently. Your family's here, your home is here. You provided all the necessary paperwork. You're all set for today. Expect a letter in the mail in the next 120 days and practice that oath of allegiance.
That's it. I can go?
Yes, sir. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Wait a minute. That's really it?
Yep, that's it.
I thought it was going to be way more intense.
I mean, what else is there to do?
You're not going to check him more? Like where his family came from? Or does he speak English?
I mean, I could. But what's really the point? He's got a lot to figure out on his own. Could you imagine waiting for something for so long? I bet you just get used to the feeling of waiting. Like, waiting for so long that you're not prepared for it to actually happen. Like, how is he going to be now? An American. What is he going to do as an American? What actions and responsibilities is he going to take on now that he's a part of it all?
That's stupid. He's always been a part of
Maybe to you, but not in court, not on paper, not in the government, and not even in his own mind. So what will he do?
raise my voice, sing a song you've sung, or should I take a lead, make another sound? How to make a noise when I've always listened? How to make my thoughts when it's time to hear? What if I'm being wrong? What if I'm not strong? When I'm just like you and I don't belong? How to make a noise, not just for myself, with a harmony, all of our well. When I'm just like you, I'll know what to do, know the answers to my place here with you, know to speak for me that's part of you, lift our lives to bring joy and healing through, take our chance to dream, change how we are seen, change is coming soon, sing a common tune, let your eyes run wide, see what's deep inside, then I'm just like you.
Good to see you.
Do you want to come in? Can I get you anything? Tea? Coffee?
No, thank you. So how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. And you?
Good, good.
How's home?
It's good. It's good. How's work?
It's good. Yeah, I had work today, and then I ate some food, and I might see some friends later. So.
Okay, good. Did you check your AC? You know, summer's coming.
Yeah, they're insulated, so we'll have a situation like last year.
Okay, good. And how is your music group? Is it still going?
No. It kind of fizzled out, you know, it just got too hard to rehearse, and our main vocalist was having a lot of main character energy, so it was just too much.
Main character?
Yes. That's like he was babbling about himself just all the time, and you know, scheduling things to fit his calendars, picking fights with the rest of us. It was just too much. What is it?
Nothing. It's a good saying. I have to remember it. You shouldn't stop. You should keep going. Find someone else, or you sing.
Me.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, is that why you're here? To get me playing again? Oh, or do you want to join?
No. I'm just saying. You're good. I went to the store today, and there was this nasty woman. Oh, she was so nasty. Oh, God. I bumped into her, and I said, I'm sorry. Actually, no. What happened was I was waiting in line, and you know how long the lines are. You know how long it takes now. The workers, they're so slow now. It is because they don't get paid enough. But anyway, so I was waiting in line, and then the customer before me leaves. It is my turn. And then I go up, and this lady, she goes before me, and she bumps me. Yeah, and I say, excuse me, it's my turn. And she said, no, I was here first. The worker says to her, actually it is my turn. So she turns around and she said, I'm tired of feeling invisible. How are you gonna let this man go before me? She's cursing at me, telling me to go back to where I came from and speak English. And I look at her and I am just confused because I know she's definitely not from here either.
I'm so sorry.
But this is not the point. I look at her, right? And then I look right behind her, that's when I see it. Right on the shelf. Your favorite. You used to love these so much when you were a kid. You can hear it. Won't be good, right? Your mother got these for you and you love them so much. There's a song I knew once. My father taught it to me and I forgot it. I forget. party.